Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 33 of the Together We Grow podcast. My name's Paul,
And I'm Tamer.
and this is the Home Fragrance Academy, where we teach home fragrance business owners how to start, grow, and scale their businesses. And this is all based on our years of experience of doing it ourselves, growing a multi-million pound home fragrance brand, and then ultimately selling it. And now this is what we do full time.
And we absolutely love it. We love getting to help as many small business owners as we possibly can, don't we?
We certainly do. So head on over to homefragrance.academy to have a little look at what we do and join our community. We'd love to have you there. This episode, we're going to talk about why most candle brands fail before they even hit 6 months old. It's a common thing we see, isn't it?
It certainly is, yeah. A lot of people, I think, start a home fragrance brand and think, oh, well, that's going to be really easy. I'm going to be able to make quite a lot of money and continue to grow and work from home and just build it. But they don't always have the right mindset or the right things in place, do they?
That's exactly it. And we see a lot of that. So that's what we're going to dive into today. This is episode 33. Shall we get into it?
Let's go.
Okay, so when it comes to launching a candle business, home fragrance in general, the most common one is wax melts because that's the easiest.
Yeah.
It is actually easy to get started, isn't it?
It is. It's quite a low barrier to entry as well. It's not going to cost you tons and tons of money to be able to start up. You're going to need your basic supplies and obviously to test all of your products to start with. But ultimately, people start with wax melts because they're easy to get right. Then you don't need to sort of focus on, like with candles, it takes you a lot longer to test them, the wicks and everything like that. It's just typically easier to start.
Yeah, it is much easier to start. And the way we've seen it is what happens is people who launch home fragrance businesses, and especially wax melts, they are customers themselves. So they've bought products, they love them, and they probably think, you know what, I can make these myself. I can see these wax melt brands online doing really well, so I'm going to do it myself, which I love. I love that kind of entrepreneurial mindset. I
Yeah.
really do. So people go out, they buy the stuff, the supplies, and they start making their own products. But then there's lots of things that need to be put in place in order to actually launch a brand that ultimately is going to be successful. And I think that, well, they are the things that are missing, what people get wrong. Because it's not just a case of making some wax melts and getting them online. There's a lot more to it than that, isn't there?
There is, yeah. And I myself, when we first started Cozy Aromas back in the day, when it was Cozy Candles, I was really excited and I was making the products and researching different shapes and all sorts of stuff that I wanted to launch. And it was you that was like, wait, slow down. Let's not do this.
Yeah.
It was you that reined me in and stopped me from buying loads and loads of more supplies and got me to focus on what was important to actually start and to grow the business.
I think that's, there's so many things to talk about here, but we've broken it down into just a few small points, because we're not going to cover every single thing, but some of the key things that I see here. And I think one of them is that people focus on stock
Yeah.
instead of building an audience before they launch. So what they'll do, and we see this all the time, we see it even now, this is something we really talk quite a lot about actually, is people will make their products, they will keep buying in supplies to make lots of different products and building their stock levels, working on their brand, creating beautiful labels, creating all this different stuff. And then they'll launch their website and have no audience whatsoever. Nobody cares that they've launched because nobody knows that they've launched.
Yeah.
And then they don't make any sales. That is a common thing, isn't it?
It's very common, yeah, because the amount of people we see that do exactly that just focus on making more products, and adding new scents and new shapes and new things to what they were already planning to launch. But exactly as you said, they don't actually have anybody that they've launched to. They don't have anybody that's going to buy their products because nobody knows about them.
So what we would always recommend here is, your products are obviously very important. And let's say you're going to start with wax melts. Create 20 wax melts, maximum 20 different fragrances, okay? But don't just create snap bars in the same shape mold that everybody else does, in the same glassine bags or little plastic bags as everyone else. Be different, be unique. You have to stand out. And make sure your fragrances as well are they build that curiosity in your audience. They're not just baby powder, snow fairy, whatever else, all of these different ones, black cherry, all these standard ones you see everywhere.
You want to give these potential customers a reason to try you
Exactly.
and your products, because they can get baby powder and black cherry from absolutely anywhere.
And if you follow us, if you know us at all, if you follow any of our training, we always say that you have to be in a niche. You have to target a niche audience. Okay, so we talk about this example a lot, but if it's book lovers, your brand is going to be targeting book lovers that love home fragrance. That's a really good niche.
Yep.
So all of your fragrances could be based around different books or different chapters within certain books.
Yep.
It could be Harry Potter fans, and each of your fragrances is a different chapter. I don't know, all of that kind of stuff. If it's traveling, each fragrance could be a different city from around the world. It builds that curiosity and it keeps you within your niche, okay? And your products need to look and feel like they match that niche and not just like everybody else. If you sell the same shape products, the same fragrance products as everybody else, and you're targeting as many people as possible, you will not last very long. I can almost guarantee it. Unless you've got thousands and thousands of pounds where you can invest heavily in advertising on that front end to get that no-brainer offer out there, to get as many customers as you can on board, and then you have a robust retention strategy, you are not going to last very long, and you're not going to grow a business successfully because you blend in with everybody else. Then you're just competing on price. You have to focus. So that's sort of talking about the products instead. So create your 20 products within your niche, make them unique, make them beautiful, make sure they are incredible, okay? And then don't do anything else. Once you've done that, don't do anything else. Don't make loads of stock. Don't do anything else with regards to products yet. Focus on building that audience. Give yourself 6 to 8 weeks and then go hard as you possibly can on building that audience before you launch.
If you don't have an audience, you can have the best products in the world, but nobody's going to buy them because they don't know about you, because you haven't got an audience.
Exactly. So to do that, you follow our training. You have a landing page, which is when people go to your web address, they go to a landing page, which is beautifully designed, got lovely products, got your story on there, but most importantly, it's got your no-brainer offer on there. So, and it's only for launch day. So you say, sign up below on our launch day for 24 hours only. Every 5 wax melts you buy, you're going to get 5 for free.
Yeah. Don't just do what everybody else does and gives a 5% off your first purchase, 10% off your first purchase, because that's not good enough, is it? If you give them something, like you said, something free, that's a lot more interesting to them, because they're already interested in the products enough to go to your website and see what you're going to have available. So do that, give them something free, double up their order, like you say, buy one, get one free, or something like that, that keeps them interested, that gets them making sure that they're checking their emails on your launch day so that they can get the deal.
Exactly. And then create yourself an Instagram account and create as many reels as you possibly can. And when I say that, I mean multiple per day.
Yeah.
This is hard work, but do you want to launch a good, successful brand and build this audience or not? It takes hard work. Okay, it's not easy.
No.
Every day, reels, because they get a lot of reach. Yeah, and have a look at other accounts, popular accounts from not necessarily home fragrance brands, but brands within your niche, brands that your ideal customers will also shop from. And see what kind of reels they're doing that get the most views.
They get the views, they also get comments on them as well, because it's not just the views. You want to make sure that people are going to comment on it as well. That's interesting to them. And then that will get pushed even further as well.
That's it. Do those. Make sure you're putting call to actions in there. Get people to click that link so they go through to your no-brainer offer page. They enter their email address. You've then got them. Then throughout the 6 to 8 weeks that you're launching, every week you send them a little email which gives them a progress update. You build up your audience. By the time you launch, hopefully you've got a minimum of 500 people on that email list because you've gone crazy with this no-brainer offer and your content. You've started to build that audience. Then when you launch, you send them all an email. You put on post on social media. There's loads of stuff you can do here. And then guess what? You launch with lots of orders. and then your business starts to go.
Yeah.
Then a week later, after all those orders are gone out, you're then getting reviews on Google or wherever else you're directing them, which is your social proof, which is going to help. And then guess what? Those people that love your products will come back and try others as well,
Yep.
because you've set up your retention strategy. That's what you have to do.
And when you lay it out like that, it does sound really simple, because, to be honest, there is simple steps to follow, but they're very important to get right every single step of the way.
They are, yeah, they are. So the main, you can tell I really get into this because I know this works, and I just wish more people would do it. When you're ready to launch, park your products. Don't worry about the products anymore. Focus. You're now a marketing person. You now need to build up that email list of engaged people. Do that instead.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Makes sense, huh?
Yeah, it does. You just need as many people as possible to know about you, to know that you are going to launch, when you're going to launch, and to be excited for it.
Yeah.
So that's your job, is to get your products in front of the audience, but also to get them excited about it.
Exactly, yeah. So that's quite a big point, but that's really important. Next up is pricing. People get this wrong all the time.
So many people get this wrong. And I speak to a lot of brands every single day, and there quite often people say, "Oh, I think my pricing's wrong. I think I should just drop my prices." And that's something that's very frustrating, because you need to get it right from the start.
Pricing, I can almost guarantee you, is not your problem. Your problem is you haven't built a loyal audience because you're not in a niche or whatever it is. Yeah, you haven't built that audience of engaged, loyal customers. When we had Cozy Aromas, yeah, we were amongst the larger of our sort of
Competitors.
type in the UK. I'd say we're probably in the top 5, excluding the big boys like obviously your Yankees and Sainsbury's. You know, the artisan-like type companies. We were probably in the top 5, maybe even top 3, I imagine.
Yeah,
Something like that. Okay. Our pricing was $5.99 for one single wax melt bar.
Yep.
Which is one of the most, which is in the more expensive side. It is, isn't it?
Yep.
But guess what? Loads of people bought from us all the time because we had that loyal audience. We'd spent a long time building that loyal audience. We nurtured them all the time. We were talking to them one-to-one. We were going live. We're doing all the things you need to do to nurture and build an audience. And we didn't price ourselves based on what our competitors were doing. We didn't launch fragrances based on what our competitors were doing. We didn't care what they were doing with regards to their pricing. And your customers, once you build that loyal audience, they won't either.
No.
Because they're invested in you. They like you. They like your company. They like your brand and your products. So as long as it's good value, that's the thing. Good value isn't cheap.
No.
Good value doesn't mean cheap. Good value is they feel very good that they're getting a lot for their money. So ours would be $5.99 each, but our main bundle offer that we had running all the time was buy 8 for the price of 6.
Yep.
Or was it? Wasn't it?
It was 8 for 6.
So they buy 6 of those, and they get 2 free. That's a good deal for them because they were going to buy them anyway. So now we've encouraged them to spend just a little bit more to get some extras for free.
Yeah.
And that was our most popular thing. That we sold multiple of those every single day.
Yeah, we did. And it helps to get customers to try a new scent as well. As if they were already going to buy 6, I've got 2 free, so I'll try this one, I'll try this one that I wasn't sure about.
That's it. Exactly. So, and the point, and people just get their pricing wrong because they will try to model it on their competitors and undercut them.
Yeah.
Okay. What you need to do is scrap all that, because if you haven't got your pricing right, you're not going to make any money. You're not going to make any profit, which means not only are you not going to be able to pay yourselves, you're not going to be able to reinvest into the business to grow it further. And that's the most important thing. How many people do we speak to who are making half decent sales? You know, they're selling all the time. They might be making a few thousand a month, but all they're doing is paying their bills and paying for their suppliers.
So many people
can't even pay themselves.
Yep, so many people we speak to.
Because your pricing's wrong.
Yeah.
Whatever it costs to make a product, and this includes your time, so to work that out, think about how many items you can make in an hour, and then how much you want to earn in an hour. Divide that, and then divide that by the amount you make in an hour. That gives you how much it costs you in time per item. Add that to the
product cost.
All of the product costs. That is how much it costs you to make a product. Multiply that by 4, minimum by 4. That's how much you should be charging retail. To make money, to make it easy, let's say it costs you £1 to make a product, you should be charging £4 on retail.
Yep.
And if that doesn't stack up, or if that is wildly high, then you need to look at your supplies and also your process on how you're making products as well to try and speed that up. Now, when you do this, when you price it that way, you have margin in there to pay for, assuming you build up your audience, etc., your community, you're making sales, you're going to be making profit. You can then pay for your bills. You can then pay yourself. You can then save up that tax money that you're going to need. And also what this means is you can sell wholesale without wildly adjusting all of your pricing and stuff like this. Because wholesalers, they will want a minimum, absolute minimum of 2 times when they sell their product, when they sell your product in their shop, they want to be able to double their money.
Yep.
Okay. So that means if your product costs you £1 to make, you sell it £2 wholesale, £4 retail. That's the minimum.
Yep.
There you go. Pricing. If look at your pricing, that's probably wrong.
Yep. The amount of people we see that will talk about what the pricing should be and the formula, like just exactly like you just said, the formula they should follow, and the amount of people who go, well, that's nowhere near my price, and my pricing's a lot lower than that.
Yeah, and that's really frustrating. I get it as well because if people aren't buying from them, they think, oh, I need to lower the prices. You don't need to lower your prices, okay? And I find it quite difficult to communicate sometimes, but you don't need to lower your prices. You need to build your audience. That's what you need to work hard on. And if you're finding that difficult, then you need to look at what niche audience you're in. Adjust your brand. If you're selling the same products as everybody else in the same industry and targeting everyone, being generalist, you like women who likes luxury products. That's who you're targeting, which is
it's not really an audience anymore.
Then you're going to struggle. You just will. If you're not making sales, don't lower your price. Have a look at everything else.
Yeah.
Have a look at the niche. Have a look at your audience. Start building it. It works.
It does work, yeah.
Now, the thing we had with Cozy Roamers is we were early to market. So this whole new wax melt boom of everyone making loads of wax melts and selling them happened after Cozy Roamers. So we managed to really nail that industry first, yeah. And then we had the budget to just outmarket most people, and build new products and all this kind of stuff. But when we launched WaxKind, we didn't.
No.
WaxKind launched in 2023. We launched with 20 wax melts, targeting a clear niche and all of our brand, all of our packaging was perfect for that niche. And that, in its first few months, was growing at a much quicker rate than what Cozy Roamers did.
Because we started it in a niche, and we focused on the audience, and we built the audience, and we did it completely exclusive of Cozy Roamers.
Yeah, there was no
so there was no crossover, there was no marketing it to the other customers. It was completely started from scratch with nothing.
And it was just built on our experience.
Yeah.
And that's what we're now saying to you. This is how we did it. That's what works. So yeah, think about that.
And even if you've been in business for multiple years, you can still niche down now. You don't have to just plod along as you are. You can niche down. You can really drill in onto what you want to focus on now. It doesn't matter if you've been in business for 2 months or 10 years, does it?
Yeah.
You can readjust and refocus your brand and your business on whatever you want to now do that on.
Yeah, absolutely right. And that leads me on to the next point, which is they get stuck in discount loops. And we see this all the time. And when you get stuck in it, it's so hard to get out. So let me talk to you about this for a minute. This is where a brand will have, 1,000 customers, 500 customers, less than that, 200 customers. Yeah. They've had a slow week. So they'll put a discount out, a flash sale. This weekend, 20% off. They get some sales come in. That then drifts off for the following week. So then the next weekend, flash sale, 30% off, or free gift this weekend. Yep. And then all of a sudden, you're now in a discount loop because people will know that at the weekend, they'll just hold off their orders. They know that you're going to be launching a discount code soon.
Yep.
So they'll just wait for you to do that before they place their orders. And then immediately, what you've done there is you've put yourself into that poor pricing model where you're just not going to be making the money.
And your audience that you do have are only going to wait just for a discount, and you'll never sell products at full price.
So at Cozy Roamers, twice per year, 3 times per year, Yeah, 3 times per year we ran discounts, as in discount codes, X% off. Black Friday,
Mm-hmm.
our big summer meltdown, which was our massive sales event in the middle of summer, and Boxing Day.
Yeah.
They're the 3 days that we had discounts.
Mm-hmm.
But we ran loads of offers throughout the year, but they were always buy X, get Y,
Mm-hmm.
spend X, get Y. And we'd always give something away for free.
Yep.
So it could be this weekend, we've got 200 of these little tea light warmers, spend over £20 and we'll give you one for free.
Yeah. So it encourages people to buy the products to get the free product.
Exactly.
So you want them to spend money, and you can also do it so that you work out what your average order value is and price it just above. So if your average order value is £18, put it at £20.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. That's what you need to do, because here's the thing. People in this online world now of people buying products online all the time, it's just second nature now. They expect discounts. They even Google your brand name with discount codes at the end to see what there is.
Yeah.
They expect it. They know that every website they go on, there's going to be a little pop-up which says join our mailing list to get 10% off your first order. All that kind of stuff, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't expect is free stuff.
Yeah, makes you stand out.
Makes you stand out. So every now and then, run an offer where you say, spend X, you'll get this for free.
Mm-hmm.
Buy this, you'll get this for free. A couple of times, one of our most successful ones, which actually surprised us, do you remember? Payday offer, buy 4 wax melts, get 4 free.
Mm-hmm.
And our wax melts were £6 each.
Yep.
So it's a £24 spend and they get 4 free. These only cost us like 90 pence to make.
Yep.
So we are making a lot of profit there. But it goes on what I said earlier on, which is value for money.
Mm-hmm.
They're spending £24, but they're getting 4 products for free.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the value, the perceived value there. That's the kind of stuff you want to do.
That's buy one get one free, isn't it? Essentially,
that's exactly what it is. But that's the thing, you don't want to do just do buy one get one free, because let's say you're priced at £5, your spend through your website will be £5 per order. You want to get that up, because that's where you're going to make. Let's say you get an order, buy one get one free, and you sell wax melts for £5. So someone buys 1 wax melt, they get 1 free. £5 plus shipping. You've got your shipping cost to pay out of that, which is probably going to be more than what you charge. You've got all of your packaging materials to send. Okay, the packaging that you use to send 1 wax melt in is probably going to be very similar, if not the same, as what it would to send 6 out. Okay, because it needs a box with peanuts and all that kind of stuff in there. The label to go on top of it, the time it takes to do it. You want to get that average order value up, don't you?
Yep, you do. You need to get your numbers up, and you want to get your products. You want to get as many of your products in your customers' hands as well. You don't want to just get them 1. You want to get them 8. You want them to enjoy them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just assume and think that people just want cheap, and they won't spend £20. That's wrong. They will.
Yeah.
They will. It's perceived value.
Yeah.
Okay. It's what they're going to get for that money.
It's not just about your products. It's about that community you're building with them as well. It's about building that audience and giving them a reason to buy with you instead of spending their money somewhere else.
Yeah. These have got to be people that know, like, and trust you, which is why you're doing that content, why you're building that community, all of that kind of stuff, which takes, that's a massive job on its own. Okay, but once you've done that, or once you're doing that, then this becomes a lot easier. We used to sell £75 mystery boxes that were worth £100 or £100.
And they'd sell out in 5 minutes.
Yeah, they would. We'd do these on a live shop, and we'd have, say, 10 of them, and they'd just go.
The last time we did it with 50 of them, and we sold out.
Yeah, because it's perceived value, because people can see they're getting £25 worth of stuff for free. They really like our products. They trust us as a brand, so they just do it. Okay, so we've been talking there about pricing and discounts and things like that. And these are all reasons why a lot of home fragrance brands just don't make it to 6 months. So there's only 2 more points I really wanted to. Well, there's 3, but okay, the first one we'll just touch on very lightly. Okay, it's they have too many products.
Yeah.
You launch with too many products, or you very quickly want to launch more products. Okay, you'll launch with 20 wax melts. You'll sell. You won't build your audience. So after a few weeks, you've made maybe a few sales, but then you think you need to expand. So then you'll go into reed diffusers. You'll go into soap sponges and Hoover discs and all that kind of rubbish. That's what people do, isn't it? When you do this, okay, it costs you more to do, and it costs you more to keep it in stock, because you have to have those products in stock. just in case someone buys.
Yep.
It costs you more to run your business, and you can't afford to do that because you're not getting any sales in the first place. So please don't do that. We were just wax melts, weren't we? Just for ages. Then we dabbled in candles. Didn't really like doing candles, so we really limited that. I think it must have been, when did we launch room sprays? 2 years. It was 2020.
It was the first Mother's Day that we had the boxes with the sleeves.
Yeah. So it's 21. So 3 years after we launched is when we expanded into room sprays, which was a big success for us. They were a fantastic product.
But
And then
we didn't launch with loads. We launched with 2 to start with.
Yeah. And then it was later that year. Yeah, it was. It was later that year we launched the fragrance oils in 21. And then it wasn't until 23, I think it was, 22, 23, that we actually decided to dabble into bath and body products.
Yeah.
We wax melts, we absolutely hammered that. And people don't want you to launch more products all the time.
No.
A few more fragrances in that product, but just specialise in wax melts. They're the easiest product to make.
They are. And don't keep adding more and more and more and more, thinking that's going to solve your problem, because it's not. Because if you've got your products, your 20 wax melts now, and people aren't buying them, why, if you add more product lines, are people going to buy them? Because they don't know about the first load of products, let alone the new ones you're going to launch.
I mean, let's be real here. In-home fragrance and stuff like this, everyone's products are all pretty much the same. Yeah, they are scented wax, right? That's what they are. So they're all pretty much the same. So what it comes down to is your brand and your marketing. Make sure you have a beautiful brand, a beautiful story, targeting a niche audience, and you spend all of your time marketing and building an audience. That's what you need to do. If you do that, they will buy your products.
You need to outmarket your competitors. And it doesn't mean that you need to spend thousands of pounds on advertising. You need to sit there and you need to engage with people. You need to talk to them. You need to build that audience organically.
Yeah. So don't have too many products. That's not your answer. Your answer is just to stick to 20 wax melts to begin with.
And sell them.
And sell them until, when you got to think, if you sell, let's say your first offer is buy 5, get 5 free. That's 10 of them they're going to be trying. You've still got 10 that they haven't tried.
Yep.
Right? So once you start seeing those repeat customers come in, and then you've got those repeat customers then buy again and again, that's at the point where you're like, okay, I know I've got something here. These customers are buying from me. So now if I launch another 10 fragrances, I'm pretty sure that those repeat customers will buy those as well. That's how you do it. That's how you're going to do it. Okay. Next up is building a community. People just don't do that. Because the reason they don't do it is because it's hard. Yeah. Building a community, I would always say Facebook group.
Yep, because that's our experience.
That's our experience, and that's what's really worked for us, isn't it, at Cozy? And even now, at Home Fragrance Academy, we've got a small Facebook group, just under 900 members.
Yep.
But it's taken 2 years to get to 900 members. That's the thing. It takes time, and we're in a niche,
Yeah.
So, and it's much easier for you to do it if you are in a niche audience as well, because then those people that are book lovers, that love Harry Potter, and also love home fragrance products, are more likely to join the group.
Yeah, they've got a reason to join.
And you need to just keep nurturing them. Engagement is going to be rubbish at the beginning. Okay, keep with it. Ask questions. Don't whatever you do, do not sell products in there.
No.
Okay, certainly not at the beginning. It's a community. You are the leader of that community. Yeah, it's quite scary when you look at it like that, but you are. You're on stage, and the audience, are laid out in front of you, which is tiny to begin with, but then it will start to build over time. You are the one that is talking to them, trying to get them to engage with you. Okay, it's like a big Q&A session. Nobody asks questions at the beginning, but then when someone puts their hand up, other people feel more confident to do so.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. Keep asking questions. Every single comment in there, reply to. Go live so people can see your face, or just record videos so people can see your face. Share what you're doing that day. Build that community. Get people to trust you. Once you do that, once you crack that, and that starts to grow, selling becomes so much easier.
The thing that will set you apart from your competitors here is if you don't give up. Yes, like Paul said, it's going to be dead for a while because people are going to be nervous to comment and stuff like that. So you just need to keep going. Even when you're not seeing any traction, no comments or hardly any likes, if you stop, that's it. You're not going to build this audience at all, are you? You're not going to build this community. So you might as well just give up now. But if you keep going and keep going, you're going to outlast your competitors because you're going to build that brand trust. You're going to have your customers come back. They're going to feel valued because you've spent your time talking to them and getting to know them and understanding what they want.
Yeah, that's it. We're talking about here why businesses home fragrance businesses don't even make it past 6 months. It takes a lot longer than 6 months to build a community.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot longer than that. So
just get started.
So the people that fail before that or close their candle company before that, they haven't put the time and effort in. They can't be bothered. They don't understand how it works. They haven't researched how to do it. They haven't learned how to do it properly. And they've just given up.
I speak to a lot of people, and sometimes I speak to them and they say, "Oh, I've tried doing this, but it doesn't work." I was like, "Well, how long have you tried it for?" "Oh, I did a few posts a week." And I thought, "Well, you done a week's worth, okay. That's okay, but you need to keep going.
Yeah.
You can't just expect anything to happen in week 1 and that's it. It's just going to snowball and go from there, and you're going to have this humongous business. You need to work every single day on it."
That's the key thing I've learned in our time of home fragrance, of having our own business, but then also working with others, is the ones that do really well are the ones that have built a community. And when I say community, I don't just mean a Facebook group. It could be on a Facebook page. Facebook groups work better than pages, but you have that community of people that are there for you and your brand because they love your products, they love your brand, your niche, they fit within that. They know you as business owners. They've seen your face. They engage with you. You engage with them, and you've built that one-to-one connection with them. And you value their input. You ask them questions, and then you act on the things that they ask for. Once they see that, that's how you're going to build that loyalty. Okay, and that's what a lot of people miss.
Yeah.
And they don't understand.
I don't value it enough.
No, okay, I think they do understand it and they do value it enough, but they just don't see the results quick enough. It takes a long time. We're 2 years into the community for Home Fragrance Academy, and we know how to build communities.
Yeah.
We're 2 years into it. We've got only just under 900 members. Yeah. Engagement isn't the best. We get 4 or 5 posts in the group a day. But when you ask questions, when you do a post that encourages engagement, we do get engagement.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The most important thing is when we do have something to sell, we put it in that Facebook group and it sells.
Yeah.
Because these people know, like, and trust us. Okay. When we offer some free advice, or when we have a free item for them, a checklist or something, they'll download it and they'll use it because they know, like, and trust us.
Yeah.
And that's where you need to be at, I think.
Building that community is absolutely key, isn't it?
It really is key. Really is.
And we never went into our home fragrance business expecting that to be the case, did we?
Well, we didn't know, did we?
No. And we started our Facebook group, and at the beginning it was Cozy Candles' latest products and deals, wasn't it? It was just going to be a place to share the new products that we were going to launch and any deals that we had.
Which, by the way, nobody will join and nobody will care about because they know they're going to get sold to. And they don't want to get sold to. People hate being sold to.
Yeah, so we learned that quite quickly, didn't we?
We learned that quite quick. So then we changed it into community, and then it sort of started to flourish from there. But, I mean, for the first year, we had nothing.
No.
Nothing of any significance in there.
No, not at all.
We kind of didn't even use it. And then we started to see people commenting in there, so we did. Okay, so the final point now then is why most candle brands don't last more than 6 months is because they don't do the stuff that works. This sounds silly. It sounds obvious. They don't do the stuff that works, okay? But there's numerous things there. These are the things that we are talking about, that we teach people. We tell people over and over. We get a lot of comments, emails, and even posts saying, I'm just really struggling to get sales. I can't build engagement. I can't do this, can't do that. So we're like, okay, we've got loads of experience in this now. We're helping loads of people do it. This is what you need to do. And guess what? They don't do it. Yeah.
And then 6 months later, or 2 months later, they come back and complain saying they can't build an audience.
A very good example of this is something that we didn't do at Cozy because our focus was on paid advertising, but we are doing now with Home Fragrance Academy is engagement on Instagram. And I cannot believe how well this works.
Oh, it has worked absolutely incredible. So I will sit down on the computer, open up Instagram, and I will find accounts. So I'm going to focus today on wax melts. So I'll, in the search bar, I'll click search wax melts, and then I'll just engage with all of the different brands that I haven't engaged with before. So I'll open up their profile, comment on their recent posts, ask them a question, and follow them.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Do that on 50 different accounts per day. That is it.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
it is easy.
you go to 50 different accounts within your niche. So if it's book lovers, go to Waterstone's Instagram account, go to their followers, find the actual followers, find, not these bots and these other fake things.
You can tell
Find
them.
actual profiles, like 3 of their most recent posts, comment on all 3 of them, but don't just leave something meaningful that relates to that post. Leave them a question as well for them to answer. Give them a follow. That's it.
Yeah.
Do that on 50 different accounts a day. So 150 comments a day. Do that. Okay. Watch how your engagement and your followers spikes like mad.
Yeah.
When they follow you back, you send them a DM saying, thanks ever so much for following you. Even ask them another question which relates to their profile. So, I love that mug that was in your where did you get that from? Something simple like that. Get them to reply back, because when they reply back, you're now in their primary box, not their general or requests box. Okay.
Yep.
So then you're now starting to build that connection. You've got that thing with them, and then you can say, well, brilliant, that's wonderful, I'll take a look. Just to let you know, then you introduce yourself. This is what I do. We've got this absolute steal of an offer at the moment. Buy 5 wax melts, get 5 free. Here's the link if you wanted to have a browse whenever you're free.
Yeah.
You probably won't get a reply to that. You might get a like or a thumbs up or something, okay? But that's one person there you've got. Do that 50 times a day. Oh my word. That's what you do for us now.
That's exactly what I do now. And it's built our followers number, but it's more importantly, it's built us the engaged audience. So people that are watching our posts, that are commenting on them, that are following our link in our bio and downloading our guide that we've got there and engaging with us and ultimately buying our products.
Yeah. And that's it. We've been doing that now solid for a couple of months. If you're listening to this now, go to our Instagram, scroll through some posts from April, May, and see what engagement they have and see how they looked as well.
Yeah.
Then go to our most recent posts, see how they look, and see what the engagement's like. There's a vast difference.
There is, yeah.
We were worried that we knew that Instagram was good for our brand because a lot of our audience is on Instagram.
Yeah.
But we were worried how we were going to actually do that because we didn't have a lot of experience with Instagram ourselves.
No, we didn't.
Well, we did, but not in terms of actually using it as a selling platform. No. Yeah. I don't want to discredit ourselves. We built a 20-odd thousand follower account for Cozy Romers. So, but it's like really building that engaged community on Instagram. But now we're doing that. And it's working for us, and we're getting sales from Instagram that you can actually attribute to it. It really does work. Okay, that works. So if you listen to this now, do that. The problem why people don't do it is two things. Firstly, they'll find an excuse why they can't do it. Oh, I can't do that. I haven't got the time to do that. You probably have got the time to do that. You've probably got loads of other stuff in your business that you're doing that doesn't generate any sales at all, which you can just stop doing, like making loads of stock. Yeah. Stop doing that and do this instead, because this is actually going to sell your stock for you. Yeah. You'd rather have an issue where you've got orders coming in, no stock to fulfill it, as opposed to loads of stock on the shelf but no orders coming in.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out. You can figure it out. That's a logistical thing. And secondly, people get bored of it. They don't see that instant gratification, so they'll get bored of it and they just won't do it. They won't commit to it.
That is the problem. Quite a lot of people I speak to want instant results, and that's not how it works. To build a truly engaged audience, it takes time and it takes effort. And if you're just going to give up, don't bother at all. Just don't bother to shut down now.
That's something that works. Okay, that really does work. The other thing that really works is, and this is once you've started to build your community, you only need 100 people in there as long as they're engaged, and you're getting questions and stuff. Go live.
Yeah.
Don't just do a pre-recorded video. Go live in your Facebook group. You won't get anyone on there for the first 5 minutes, but then you'll get someone on there and someone will say hi. And there you go, straight away. You're having a conversation with someone. And going live, you can talk about what you've got coming up. You can talk about anything. You can even just go live on a tripod whilst you're working.
I think that's a great way to do it because it's got given you something to physically do at the same time. It's engaging because people are interested in what you're making and how the products work and how they look behind the scenes. But also, you're not just staring at a camera, worried about what to say or what to do.
Yep. So that works. Things like that, we talk about this kind of stuff all along, but that's it really. So to sum it up, these are some of the key points. There's loads of points, but these are some of the key points why we think a lot of home fragrance brands fail before they even get to 6 months. Is they focus on building their stock instead of building their audience before they launch. Their pricing is completely wrong. They get stuck in doing discount loops all the time. They have too many products and they keep adding to the products as opposed to building their audience. They don't build an engaged community, and they don't sort of focus on the stuff that we've proved that works. Okay. And I think no matter where you are in business at the moment, you can still adapt and change and develop over time.
It's important to do that.
Is just do some of these things, and I think you might be surprised actually of how well they actually do work.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's it then.
I think that.
Anything else to add?
No, I think that's everything covered quite nicely there. So essentially, basically, follow all of these things that we've just spoke about, and don't expect immediate results. Just keep going and keep working hard at it. Because you want to outlast your competitors.
Exactly, yeah. That's it. That's what it is. If you can do this, you can push past that 6-month mark and you really build that community and you work hard on it and you're dedicated to doing it and you're dedicated to commenting on those Instagram posts every day, even though you don't get any replies back for a week, which will happen. But you do that every single day consistently, you're going to outpace your competitors immediately because so many people can't be bothered with that.
Yeah.
They don't do it. So
you be the one that does it.
Yeah, you be the one that does it, and that will help you stand out. Well, I hope that was useful. That was episode 33. Please leave us a review of this podcast and leave a comment below if you're watching it on YouTube.
Yep, and let us know if you've got any episodes you'd like us to cover in the future as well.
Yeah, really good to chat through this. I enjoyed it, and I get passionate about this kind of stuff.
You certainly do. We love seeing it there.
Thank you for listening or watching.
And we will speak to you soon, guys.
Bye.
Bye.